God is not only the author of the script that is being followed in the earth, but is the director and producer, and in fact on the stage and all characters and props on it. As the psalmist said, the earth is the Lord's, and the fulfillment and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Psalms 24:1. Yes, all the world is much like a stage, and the stage is now being set for Esau's destruction and Jacob's deliverance. It is so written. Call Allah Bashmir Mashaki Hawashai, Bashim Rakakudash. Double honors to mighty men, the elders and apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep, the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness and sincerity. We'll say shalom. I'll come out with some news from an international source. I don't really have much, but I want to share this. So let's go into these articles. Okay, let's, one moment. Let's open up these articles. It says, source, it says France has no more weapons to send to Ukraine. All right. Paris reportedly hopes to double down on civilian aid instead. Let's read this. Okay. France has unofficially admitted that it is unable to provide Ukraine with more weapons due to dwindling stocks, but promised to continue to help Kyiv in other ways. Politico has reported, okay, citing an anonymous source. There you go. Off the record, the French admit they can't give more weapons to Ukraine due to the states of their own supplies. The outlet said in its Brussels playbook briefing on Thursday, it added that Paris hopes to make up for it with civilian aid. It comes amid reports that most NATO members have also run out of weaponry to give to Ukraine. Okay, as part of its efforts to make up for the lack of military assistance, France is seeking to organize a conference for Ukraine resilience this month, according to the report. Earlier, Western leaders vowed to help Kyiv survive the winter, Slovakia, with a number of countries readying everything from blankets to generators. Last month, the New York Times reported that some smaller NATO members have exhausted their potential in terms of supporting Ukraine with weaponry. At least 20 of the bloc's 30 members apparently being pretty tapped out at the time. The newspaper said the only larger allies, including France, Germany, and Italy, could maintain or increase arms shipments. Okay, so this war, this is the prelude to World War III, man, and it's going to increase. Okay. Slovakia, it says France has been repeatedly accused of not providing enough security assistance to Kyiv. Paris ranks 8th in the military assistance, for far behind the US, the UK, Germany, and Poland, having committed just, it says, 220 million, 230 million, according to figures provided by Kyiv Institute for the World Economy. And that's a damn lie. If y'all go to my later videos prior to this one, I put out videos on how much America's already spent regarding this geopolitical war. They already spent $1 trillion, man. Of taxpayers' dollars on their geopolitical agenda. Led by way of your so-called elites, your powers that be. Okay? So-called, right? Addressing the criticism last month, Defense Minister Sebastian Lecornu announced that France would supply two multiple launch rocket systems to Kyiv, while confirming the delivery to batteries of Cortel and G air defense systems. He also said that they were looking at a request from Ukraine for radars to defend against Russian strikes. Okay, it says prior to that, France provided a batch of Caesar self-propelled, it says howitzers, Millen anti-tank missiles, and other military hardware. Okay, Moscow has repeatedly warned Western states against pumping Ukraine with weapons, saying it will only prolong the conflict. And man, y'all need to do your own research on how much America has funded to Ukraine. It's $1 trillion, man. Okay, there are a lot of accounts out there showing how much this current administration has been taken from taxpayers' dollars. Okay, and they did this Slovakia. Okay, when you go back to the build-up of World War I and the build-up of World War II, it's the same geopolitical setup on taxpayers' money, man. Okay, and to add insult to injury, the people leading the way are the same people that control the media, calling slaves in 2022. That's right. Attacking the true people of the Lord with all these weird agendas and terms that they're hitting us with while they're orchestrating really the death of billions leading to that final destruction, as y'all see in the background now. Because that's coming to America. They did it with World War I. They did it with World War II. They even done it with all the wars post that. Except with this nuclear war, they're going to have a surprise meet them prior to this destruction. And that surprise is Jesus Christ, Hamashiach, Yahushua, and the angelic forces. They're going to make their presence felt in this one. And the chosen, okay, this final exodus, the remnant, 144 remnant body, Slovakia, they're going to be delivered in the heat of this madness. Because Christ is going to shut this down. Okay, and all praises for the uprising, the awakening, and we've been confounding them on the corners for years, man. Brothers been embarrassing them by way of scriptures, but not a whole world witnessing it. And all praise to the Most High for this great awakening. Okay, that's the first article. We're gonna go into the next one. Okay, let's get the next account from an international source. All right, source reads, it says, U.S. climate law risk fragmenting the West, Macron. Washington incentives for green business are a concern for the French leader. Now, I just went through one article. I'm going into the second article. I got one more to go, and we're going to wind down with some scriptures. Brothers been putting out the breakup of NATO. A lot of American news sources not going to talk about it. This is not an American source I'm coming from. I don't want to even mention it because, I ain't even show it because last time I went there, they banned the video, so I'm not going there. But I like international sources outside the Council on Foreign Relations, because the Council on Foreign Relations is witchcraft and it's sorcery. And ain't nothing but a bunch of damn lies. Okay, moving on. It says a new U.S. incentive scheme to subsidize local electric car makes rich driving a wedge between Western countries. French President Emmanuel Macron warned on Wednesday amid looming fears of a trade war between Washington and Brussels. Told y'all this breakup coming, man. Everyone worried about World Cup, NFL, okay, basketball, okay, sellout sports anchors that hate their own brother for posting a video. You caught up in the aftermath of all that. They're not coming into the light of the truth. But mainly the loss of our people, they're going to entertain all the rhetoric until they get met up by this destruction, man. And it's sad, okay? Reading on. Speaking at the French embassy during a state visit to America, Macron said the scheme would have negative impact on the EU by making it less attractive for businesses to invest in this the bloc's economy. The U.S. Infiltrated Reductions Act (IRA) offers $391 million of incentives to promote clean energy, including support for electric vehicles manufactured. Okay, the choice of the past few months in the particular IRA are choices that will fragment the West, he said, adding that the EU and the US needs to coordinate and re-synchronize our policy agendas. Macron described the economy plan as super aggressive toward European companies during a meeting with US lawmakers from both main parties, according to an unknown source. Okay? You will perhaps fix your issues, but you will increase my problems, he added, as quoted by AFP, warning that the U.S. incentive could kill a lot of jobs. Told y'all this place is Babylon the Great, man. And Macron is one of the chief voices for the European military. And they all going to line themselves up with this BRICS coalition. Okay? Gonna read on. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, when asked about European concerns about the act, White House Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre claimed it presents significant opportunities for European firms as well as benefits to EU energy security, adding that this is not a zero-sum game for the U.S. and Washington seeks a constructive path of engagement with the EU on the matter. But the EU, obviously, the EU is against it. And keep it a buck, man. The EU, a lot of those European countries that's affected by the destruction of Nord Stream 1 and 2, you think they're really good with America? That's why I keep telling you, the United States media, it's a bunch of lies and witchcraft, man. If America, by way of your president, who said in February, they was going to deal with Nord Stream 1 and 2. That's all over social media. And both of them were suddenly destroyed, basically. One was knocked out and one was damn near, one so damaged they can't use it. Okay? And who did that? President said himself when you go into those videos. He announced it in February. That went viral. And suddenly Nord Stream 1 and 2 was destroyed, basically. And now it's winter and the Europeans are freezing. And the people of Ukraine, that would definitely be a Jacob's Trouble-like scenario for them. But moving on, okay? It says, in recent months, the Inflation Reduction Act has been a particularly thorny subject in the transatlantic relations, with variations. EU leaders arguing that it discriminates against Europeans as it could give Americans electric vehicles manufacturers an advantage over the EU counterparts in the lucrative U.S. market. See, they doing their own. Let's get a preset, man. Let's get a preset, man. Scriptures. I brought this out recently. The other nations, they're gonna hate the whore, man. Because look how America's doing the so-called counterparts. Okay? Slack. Revelation 17:1, it reads, and there come one of the servants of angels which had 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto the judgments of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. That's America. Okay? Who the king with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornications, and in habitation of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Okay? So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon scarlet-colored beasts full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. I'll jump down to 5. It reads, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. Okay? And this is really just going into the deception that America is all about, man. They even, I mean, they're supposed to be in par, okay, with the other European nations, but obviously they're not even doing good business just based on this article. Let me get that precept. Let me get one more precept. We're going to carry on. We're going to one more article. We're going to wind it down afterwards because I didn't really have too much. I wanted Revelations. Yeah, this is what I really wanted. I read this one yesterday. I'm going to read it again. I wanted Revelation 17 and 16, and it reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Now you see what they're doing to Europe with these busted deals, man. And this is from a foreign source. Because American media they're not gonna bring this out, man. They're just gonna continue to deceive the people and keep the bulk of the people blind. But they're not gonna keep God's chosen blind. Okay, and there's a lot of truthers out there that been attacking these so-called elites, but all hell's breaking loose with this attack on God's chosen people right now. Okay? And this attack on us, it's only showing, it's the greatest lie. I just say it's the greatest secret revealed, and it's been revealed. I mean, it's just now, post Kyrie, post Kanye, the whole world seeing this whole setup post 1948. And it's a lot of issues with that, man, because one people line up perfect with the heritage before you, and one people don't. And the people that don't actually control the world. Okay? At least in areas of business, things of that nature, trade. Okay? And they're not looking too good these days. And it's too late. The stage is set for the wicked to be destroyed. Okay? Let me finish this article. We can go to one more, and I'm going to wind it down. Read this last paragraph. It says, while the EU and the US are attempting to resolve their differences, Bernd Lange, the chair of the European Parliament Trade Committee, warned that when the scheme enters in force in several weeks, it will be too late for the parties to negotiate any changes to legislation. He added that should this happen, the EU would likely lodge a lawsuit against Washington, the World Trade Organization. I'm going to read that again. Told y'all that BRICS coalition, it ain't there for nothing. And it's a matter of time before the world bear witness to that. Says he added that should this happen, the EU will likely lodge a lawsuit against Washington with the World Trade Organization. Let's read this precept again. See? Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Judgment Day coming to America. Because they're pulling wicked decrees against their so-called colleagues dealing with the 10 common markets. You can't make it up. One more article. We're going to wind down. See that? That's why it's urgent for our people to come out of the ways of Babylon. Get your mindset out of America, its pagan customs. I mean, I'm going to dig further on this. I had one group, they brought out that when you go into the Bourgeois crime family, all those go back into the ancient Amalekites. And who set up Caesar Borgia? And got the mass majority believing in a fable, something that ain't even real. We know his history. He was a murderer, okay? He was a womanizer, and he was a lot of other things on the left-hand side, if you know what I'm saying. And the world been worshiping that. That's why the Most High going to judge America severely. And said, that's the Son of Man. Meanwhile, the people here, the so-called black people in America, chiefly the black people, the indigenous, we getting attacked and killed by so-called white people since we got off them ships, man. You see? But the truth is revealed now. Who God's chosen and who God's chosen ain't. Okay, let's get the next article. Let's get one more. I'm coming, family. Check this out. U.S. and NATO directly involved in Ukraine conflict. Lavrov. Washington not only supplies Kyiv with weapons, but it's also training its troops, says the Russian foreign minister. The U.S. and NATO are directly participating in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told a media conference on Thursday, accusing the West of seeking to completely destroy Russia. From the top, the U.S. and NATO are directly participating in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told a media conference on Thursday, according to the West, seeking to completely destroy Russia. Lavrov pointed out that Washington and its allies have essentially announced to the public that they are not just seeking Russia's defeat on the battlefield, but want it destroyed altogether as a player. There is even some discussion on how they could divide up Russian territories among themselves Russian territories among themselves, the diplomat added. Don't say that the U.S. and NATO are not participating in this war. You are directly involved, Lavrov stated. Nothing that the West is not only supplying Kyiv with weapons, whose sole purpose is to kill Russians, but is also actively training the Ukrainian military in the UK, Germany, and Italy. He added that aside from a significant number of mercenaries, that are also an ever-increasing number of Western instructors who are working directly on the ground in Ukraine and are showing troops how to fire the trinkets that are being supplied to the country. Okay, according to a report by CNN, the Biden administration currently considering a dramatic expansion of training the U.S. military provides Kyiv. It says, let me read that from the top. According to a report by CNN, the Biden administration is currently considering a dramatic expansion of the training the U.S. military provides Kyiv. Okay, the plan could include instructing as many as 2,500 Ukrainian soldiers a month at a base in Germany, the channel claimed, citing multiple U.S. officials. Okay, so let me read on. I'll add on to it. Let me finish it first. Slack it. Washington has already committed to close to $20 billion in security assistance to Kyiv since the beginning of the conflict in late February. Like I said, it ain't 350 billion, 20 billion. When you research, it's going on 8 months. When you check their accounts, just do the numbers for yourself. It's over $1 trillion U.S. tax dollars on their geopolitical agenda. Okay? Last month, Moscow summoned the British ambassador to Russia over claims that the UK had provided training to Ukrainian forces that attacked Russia's Black Sea fleet in Crimea in late October. The British Defense Ministry, however, has denied the allegations. And that's the end of that report. Let's get the scriptures. We're going to wind down. Let's get the classic in Matthews, man. Let's get the classic in the book of Matthews, man. Y'all know what I want. Matthews 24 and verse 7. We're going to start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. Okay? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. So this proxy war with Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen, it's going nowhere. So like I said in recent videos, expect this inflationary, this hyperinflation, only expect that to get worse. It's a geopolitical setup, just like World War I and World War II, except this one, contrary to popular belief, it ain't going to be these wicked elites taking over that land, you know, the plans that I brought out in those articles. No. America's going to be suddenly destroyed. Okay? I want to find another, they had one article that had something completely, let me see. Another article said something completely different and contrary to what I'm reading. But it came from the Council on Foreign Relations. Let me see if I get it. It's time thinning, man. It was definitely a false narrative. If I could pull it, let me see. One moment, family. I'm coming. The slack. I can't find this article. I thought I had it. But it was somewhere in the area of, the article read that France and Ukraine was going to agree to punish the Russians. Meanwhile, I just read your article where France is coming up against NATO and America. That's all. So these people, you know, when you deal with the mainstream media, it's all bullshit, okay? The only time it's real is when something's happening in real time. And if it's not happening in real time, don't believe it. Yeah, this is from Gravitas. Now, this don't link up with what I just read. I'm gonna read the notification. It reads, it says Biden and Macron pledged to hold Russia accountable for it says Biden and Macron pledged to hold Russia accountable for atrocities and war crimes in Ukraine. And there we go with that mockery. Let me get started with war crimes, man. And that's a false narrative based on what I just gave y'all. That narrative don't even make sense. Okay, because truth be told, France is against America and NATO. They just not going to post it to their narrative. He's really against this whole thing. And it's a matter of time before he pull out. But war crimes, I went off on that in an older video. America can't accuse no one of war crimes. Okay? Who got the biggest prison industrial complex in the world? It's America. And who in there? People of color. Who got people caged up at the damn Mexican borders like animals? And mind you, Slakia, those people are indigenous to this land. And they call them illegal aliens. Are you kidding me? War crimes. Okay? And for generations, from 1619 to today, these white supremacists in America don't even call us who we are according to thus saith the Lord. They call us the color of a crown box. We don't have no court system for us, man. We don't have no Department of Justice for us yet. I mean, look what they're doing, Kyrie. What Kyrie Irving posted, and the continued attacks from racism, white supremacy on that brother is unprecedented right now. So they can't talk about no war crimes, man. Okay, 3-strike rule. They cops kill our people annually, slap on the wrist. We're going to terminate them from this police department and get hired by the next department or the next county. A couple of miles over. So don't talk about no damn war crimes, man. That's mockery, man. And that's the issue with these racist white supremacists. They find it entertaining to mock us all day, every year, annually, 1 year after next, so on and so forth. And then go to that damn media and post something like war crimes in Ukraine. Are you kidding me? What did the Ukrainian people do to the people of color when that thing popped off 7.5 months ago? All the people of color were kicked off the transportation trains. Y'all remember that? All the people of color were dismissed. And then after they were left stranded, the military rode up on them and told them, we need you to fight our war. If that ain't racism, I don't know what it is. I don't know what is. But the Most High gonna deal with this mockery, man. He gonna deal with the mockery, man. So I understand our brothers, especially our brothers and sisters down south, that want to integrate and hold hands with these people. These people are against us, man. Okay, what happened to Kyrie Irving? That should be the biggest lawsuit. That should be the biggest employment lawsuit of all time. Point blank, period. That should be the greatest lawsuit ever. You got laws, or it's just when it comes to the people of color, we're still considered cattle, 3/5 of a human. Okay? Even if we tell the truth before a judge or an investigative firm, it's the niggers. They're not people. They're only 3/5 of a human. They're considered cattle. They don't matter. And that's how racism, white supremacy do people of color. And how do you defeat this? Well, they rule the damn world. There is one way to see them defeated. Keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Keep the commandments in humbleness, sincerity, and they're going to be met up by a force they can't comprehend. Okay? Let's get some more precepts. We're going to wind down. But they need to chill. They need to chill out with this war crimes. Are you shitting me? What they've been doing to our people for really, in America, I'm going to say for America, 400 years of abuse. You got a people that's been exposed for not being the people of their land. They control the monetary, okay? They control that banking system. Here, these are the people. That's your war crimes. Gave all the people they fought in wars reparations for stuff that went down in Europe and Japan and other places. What happened to the reparations to the Negroes in America? Reparations, by the way, I don't want. I want the kingdom of heaven. I don't give a damn about the reparations. It's too late. You see the game? Everyone else that they waged war against for their geopolitical agenda has been given reparations. But anyone that's like Kyrie Irving, that teach truth, okay, that's bringing out the real facts on who's who coming into this end game, we're terrorists. War crimes? Fam, that doesn't make sense, man. Okay. Let's get Revelations 18 and 23. It says, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And they're lying. They've been lying for generations. The brother back from his suspension, and you still got these racist white supremacists asking him about Israelite questions. Come on, man. You see the games they play with our people and how they do us, and have the nerve to call us a terrorist group. That caps it right there. It's like I said yesterday, I'm not living no life for some white supremacists. As I've been saying, the sooner y'all pursue us, that's how fast America will be destroyed. It ain't nothing but a house of witchcraft and wickedry, man. And they hate people like the outside Israel. They hate the camps and congregations from IUIC down. They hate everything about us. And we're captives to them. But, we're this bad group for calling on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's life. Because guess what? Mr. Whitey, he coming to destroy you and your whole nation for the wickedness y'all continue to do to God's chosen people intentionally. So Yahweh Shai and the angels, they're going to crack the sky to save the chosen and destroy all y'all. Okay. Let's get Jeremiah. Let's read Jeremiah 15:23. It reads, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" One of the key factors that's going to lead to these future prophecies of Babylon being made desolate, we're talking about America, is the truth spawning out as it's spawning out now. Okay? That's the main thing. And, they put their foot in their mouth attacking Kyrie Irving. Like I said, to this day, they can't really get around. That post-Kyrie is still a big mainstream topic now. The Israelites been going viral, man, worldwide, because for a long time we were only known for social media, not anymore. And all praise to the Most High to all the camps that have been doing this aforetime. It's beautiful. But the powers that be, the wicked, racist, white supremacists, they're going to come at us. Come. So the Most High can get us out of here, man. No one running from y'all, man. Said that before, I say it again. No one's running from y'all, man. And no one's scared of y'all. The quicker y'all come, the faster this place is wiped out. So it's a lose-lose deal. Okay? Salakia. Let's read Jeremiah 51:25. "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroyed all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain." That's going into that destruction that's before you, man. War crimes. Are you serious? War crimes is how these so-called elites do people of color, chiefly here in America. You strip them of their identity. You put them in the lowest neighborhoods, these projects, things of that nature. You push drill music, trap music. You give them all the wickedness from your television devices. You hear their true heritage from them, but teach them to attack each other. Okay? That's what y'all do. And you promote it. And meanwhile, the elites that control this country, they take the money from it. Okay? So who's who? And when you go into this heritage in front of you, them people in that land, it's not even close, man. Brothers been bringing this thing out. A lot of them claim Ashkenaz, but when you do the history in Ashkenaz according to Torah, that actually goes back into Japhet. So you can't be Shem and Japhet at the same time, man. Brothers been exposed that, though. That's nothing new. But they call us a hate group. Meanwhile, they oppress us every day. And that's why the judgment's here. Get a few more. Let's get a few more. the judgment's coming, man. It's the judgment is coming upon the wicked, the famine, the plague, the pestilence, and all praise to the Most High for that thing, man. Let's read one moment. We're going to read Revelations 18:15 through 19. Before I wind down, I'm going to read one more piece. I'm going to shut down the video. Revelations 18:15 to 19. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her, she shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold, precious stones, pearls. For in 1 hour in 1 hour so great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. The Most High is going to destroy America, man. That's what's coming to this racist, wicked society, this evil kingdom. And it's the most wicked kingdom recorded. Because you go into Genesis 6, the cities in Sodom and Gomorrah and all the other captivities, nothing compares to America. That's why it's going to get destroyed swiftly. Slakia. It's urgent for our people to repent. More so those that's inquiring truth. Thus, those of us in the know, we already know what it is. Keep the commandments and just continue to keep the commandments, keep the faith, high holy days, humble and sincerity. Pray, the hopeful remnant body coming into this sudden strike that's going to take America away. Okay? I want to share this one last thing, and we're going to put it away. I'm going to end this video. We're going to end it here. I'm going to read this. I'm going to run through these last 3 paragraphs coming out of Who is Esau? Edom by Charles E. Wiseman. There is also the Jewish Anti-Defamation League, which strives to institutionalize Holocaust instructions in the nation's schoolrooms. In addition, ADL, Nazi war criminals task force, cooperates with government agencies here and abroad to bring these war criminals to justice. Okay? And family, wasn't that in Europe? And don't they get reparations? Read one. Why is it no other group, nation, or race of people is as worried and concealed about the concept of genocide as the Jews are? And it's talking about them people in that land. It is because in God's script for the world, the Jews are scheduled to be exterminated, and that impending reality is why they are paranoid about Slakia. It is because in God's script for the world, the Jews are scheduled to be exterminated, and that impending reality is why they are so paranoid about genocide. Okay? It would seem that the Jews are fearful of receiving the retribution they deserve, as the Jew Karl Marx once stated. There can be no solution of the problem of the world without the destruction of the Jews and their religion, Judaism. Okay? Get a little bit more. I'm going to wind it down. We're going to finish it here. We're on page 122. It says, the script of the Most High reveals many interesting parallels between Red Edom and the Red Beast system of Babylon, as indicated They both have the color of identification of red. There are also similarities between their prophecies and judgments. There are also similarities between their prophecies and their judgments. These need to be examined for the sake of further identifying who and what Esau Edom is. The following are some of these parallels. Burned and destroyed by fire. In Obadiah 1:18, Esau is devoured by the flame of Jacob. Babylon will also utterly be burned with fire. Revelations 18:8. Be overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah. Both Edom, Jeremiah 49:18, and Babylon, Jeremiah 50:40, are the end of are to end in destruction as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. And you can't get around the image in the background. And America and mini America overseas in the Middle East, that's all Sodom and Gomorrah in the modern time. Roughly paraphrasing Ecclesiastes 4:16, the most high required that which was past. That also goes into regeneration, man. Something the Vatican and the Catholic Church never went into regarding Scripture and end times, as we do in the Israelite community. This place is done, man. It's a matter of season for the Most High bringing these powerful seals and trumpets to bring forth this final exodus, so we can get freed of these racist white supremacists that's ruling over us. And they hate us with perfection. Okay? And the feeling's mutual. Okay? Habitations made desolate. Edom shall have its habitations made desolate by the least of the flock. Jeremiah 49:20. This exact same judgment is given for Babylon. Jeremiah 50:45. Dominion over and war against Israel is shown. Edom was to gain dominion over and afflict Israel. See the dynamic, man? How they afflict while they're world power? It don't even make sense. Okay? Fourth largest military. Controls the finances chiefly for America. Okay? Have a specs op unit called the Israeli Mossad, CIA, FBI, and the other ones I missed out. So who they captive to? You see? They found to be liars, man. Okay? The system of Babylon also is to have dominion over God's people and make war against them. Daniel 7:21-25, Revelation 12:17, Revelation 13:7, Revelation 17:6. Okay? Has a covert reign over the world. See that? The final stage of the rule of Babylon is mystery. Revelation 17:5. Edom is also exalted very high, which involves hidden things. Obadiah 1:3-6. See that? Israel to destroy and be delivered from both Edom, okay, Obadiah 1:16-18, and Babylon, Revelation 18:4, are what God's people need deliverance from. You can't get around that, man. Like I just said, what white people, what so-called white people need deliverance from if you have the second largest military in the world? I mean, if you connect America's military with the Israeli military, they damn near tied with Russia, almost. So what they need salvation from? Meanwhile, while they have this power, they keeping their damn knees on the necks of all so-called people of color and indigenous people, because they control the world. Okay? That's why the judgment's here, man. That's why the famine, the plague, the pestilence is here. All praise to the Most High, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for coming to the rescue of his real people. Some damn KKK members in suits behind the media showing mass hatred to people of color all day, every day. It's coming to an end, man. All praises. Okay? Read that from the top. Israel to destroy and be delivered from both Edom and Babylon, And what God's people need deliverance from? The deliverance comes by God's people destroying its oppressor. Daniel 7, 26, 27, Revelation 18, 6. Okay. Who is it today that is prompting that Babylonian system? It is those whose religion and way of life is based on the Babylonian Talmud. Okay. Our unfriendly neighbors set up in 1945 post-World War II. Okay. With that, I give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Double honors to mighty men, the elders, and apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep, the house of Israel these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness and sincerity. Israel, I love y'all. Shalom.